Here we go, here we go. 90, Wolf.
He's not going to get me.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
55. Right there, look, 55.
Here we go, here we go. Big dance. Come.
Rock it. Shoot.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Jaguar first down.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, echo.
55, Mike, 55. Hey,
Go out.
We own them.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Minshew. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. The first carry now. This is Hill. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 17, Watson. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll air it out deep for this is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Check. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now Leonard Fournette fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
55, Bring it.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. It's Hill, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We're scoreless after 1.
Ready.
Hey, check.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This will be taken at the 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
What is that? 18.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Watson on target here to Fuller. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Watson looks to throw again. Open man is QT, complete. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Set. 19. Here we go. I 55.
Excellent. Mike 50. Switch up.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Watson. He's got Fuller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this throw will be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd and 12, Watson, and he's going to keep it here. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
44 to Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Hey. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Watch twitch. 44. Now let's go.
Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Alert 3. Check 9.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pick up the ball. 44 is Mike. Check.
Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Keep it up, guys. Mike 50. Hey.
Mike 54.
Here's Watson. Going deep here for Stills. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Lonnie Johnson picks it. His time is now run out on this first first half of action. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. To throw is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Tighten up. Look. Squeeze. Go.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Alpha.
In your face.
Kill.
And the blitz does come. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On 1st down, Watson. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man to the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
55. Check 55. Mike. Ready?
On 2nd and 9. Minshew. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch the ship.
Hey, lock it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 50.
Lead river.
Fournette on the counter. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right Around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Brings up 2nd and
10.
Watch the screen. Pass. Max 50, max 50, max 50.
Alert.
I'm coming.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. The 20. With a catch made by Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Set. 19. 44.
From the red zone now, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, once again, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Reset. 19. I'm 55.
I got you. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, here we go. Watch it. Echo. The pass.
Time to go.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Minshew. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right? And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, zoom. Undercrunch.
Mike, 55. Right there. Shoot.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hatch it.
Rock it.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football. They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check 41. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
Shift. Switch.
Smooth. Let go.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Go out.
It'll be Minshew again. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And the Jaguar 1st down.
Ready.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
Mike 7.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 55. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Bam.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Score.
Check 13. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch the safety creep.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This one winding toward a conclusion. Assess how the secondary is played.
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Out of the gun is Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 4-yard line.
56, right there, 56.
From his goal line here, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Pick 6, baby. Let's get this all day.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Kill. Turn up.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. Now, he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They run it again with Hill. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle made by A.J. Boyer. A 2-yard pickup.
Relax.
3rd and 1.
44, Mike, 44. Get him. 44 is the Mike.
Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Watch the curl.
Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Here's Watson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it,